Hi guys, today I am doing a full face of makeup with Purèz Cosmetics. With full face, I mean everything except brows, mascara and lips, because those products I do not have from them. But everything else will be from Purèz Cosmetics. If you don't know Purèz Cosmetics, it's a natural-based brand in the Netherlands. They do natural cosmetics. They make everything by hand. They put a lot of love and care into it. And they specifically formulate their products for sensitive skin and sensitive skin issues. So let me just remove the packaging. I received some products from them. I also have some older products that I might play with as well. I'm just going to tear everything open. Seeing that I already made a mess. So the first product here is their Revitalizing Face and Eye Cream. This product works well as a primer for the mineral foundation as well. So I'll be using that as my primer today. I'm just going to remove everything because all this packaging is going to make some noise, and then I'll pack it out here. Okay, so there's the products I received today. This is that Revitalizing Face and Eye Cream that you can use as a primer. This is the Mineral Foundation. I already did swatches on the colors for this. I'll link the video for that somewhere. Just check it in the description box or on the screen. Where I just did a swatches video to choose the color that works best for me. So this time they sent me the full size foundation, and then they sent me these 3 samples of their Velvet Touch foundation. So I'll do some swatches with those before I do the full makeup look, just to see which works best with my skin tone. And they can also double as a concealer as well. And then they sent me the yellow concealer. It's also a powder concealer. I'm very interested in this. I haven't used a powder concealer before, so I'm very curious to see how it works. And then they sent me this beautiful shimmery bronzer. The color for the bronzer is Bronzer Sun Glow, and a shimmery loose powder blush. The color for the blush is pink. I'm not sure if it's Bio or B10. I think it's B10 blusher. And then this Allure K-Gel pencil. I do have an older one from them. It came in this pencil form. Where's my focus? Okay, so it came in a pencil form that you can sharpen, but because it doubles as a creamy eyeshadow, they repackaged it in a new format. And I've seen this format with a lot of brands, so I think it's kind of trendy. So I will be playing with that as well today. And then just to show you what I already have from them, I've got the black Satin Noir eyeliner that I will be lining my eyes with. And then I have some eyeshadows from them, single eyeshadows, and a face powder, which works well on its own, or you can use it as a finishing powder. It's got this interesting lavender shade, but it doesn't transfer the lavender on your skin. It just leaves a beautiful finish. So I did play with these before. I will share the link for that one in the description box as well. And then this one just came with a little spongy. So there's all the products. Let's hop into the video and start playing with them. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to start off by swatching the 3 Velvet Touch foundations, the samples that I received. They are a bit higher coverage than the mineral foundation that I will be doing the full face with today. And they can also double as a concealer. I'm going to start off with HF15. It looks like it could be the lightest one of the three. I'm just taking a flat brush. Sorry, my light setup is different today because one of my lights blew, so I am back to using my old ring light. So there you can see the color for the first one. I actually like that color. It's not great as a foundation color, but I think I might use this one as a concealer though. Let me just add a bit more. Okay, next I'm swatching HF17. I'm using that same brush. I just cleaned it off. And I'm just applying it next to it. You can see that one has a lot more of a yellow undertone, and this one's got more of a pinky undertone. I think this one would work better as a foundation for me. And then the third color I received is HF18. It looks like it's a bit darker, and it also looks like a rosy undertone. So there we have the three shades. I think this middle one would probably be my foundation shade. It's not too pink, but it's also not too light or too yellow. If I blend this one out, it could also work, but this one I think is too light as a foundation, but could work as a concealer. Okay, so let me clean it off and then we start with full face. I'm just going to prime my face with the revitalizing cream. It has a weird little hole. I think you pump it. I've seen products like these before. Haven't used it before, so I don't know how it works. Maybe I need to stick a thing there in the back. Give me a second. I think they used a container like this so that you can just mix your foundation or your concealer with the product if you want to use it as a cream concealer. I'm just going to apply it with my hands. I just washed them and they are nice and clean, so it's got a fresh scent, almost a herbal type, but not a strong herbal, just a fresh scent to it. I'm just placing it everywhere. It's got a nice moisturizing feel to it. I'm going to start off with the yellow concealer because I did see they say if you place that under the foundation at the high points where you want to highlight, it works well. It has a little tag there in the inside. Just look at what I'm doing. I bought a bunch of these cheap powder puffs on Amazon and they actually work very nicely. I'll see if I can find the link and then link that in the description box as well. But I've been using those lately and I really like them. They're very affordable and they work well. So I'm going to use that one with this concealer. It has little holes and then it's got a twisty thingy where you can close the holes with. I'm just going to add some in the cap. I'm not sure about the best application, but I'm going to use that thing now. I'm just going to place it at the cheekbones and everywhere. I just want to brighten up a bit. Oh, I went in a bit deep there. I'll just blend it out. I'm not too worried about precision placement because I'm going to do the foundation over it after all. Just a bit on the forehead. And this yellow color works well for discoloring any redness that you might have on your skin. I am sitting in a very heated basement. Not heated, but it's a very, very warm day. It's like 32 degrees Celsius. And I don't have a fan or air conditioning or anything down here. So it gets a bit hot, which means my skin is very sweaty, and I hope that doesn't interfere today. Just dabbing it with my fingers to make sure it's blended everywhere. Okay, so the mineral foundation comes with its own powder puff, and then it also has one of those sticker thingies. It's a bit more of a plastic lid that keeps the powder inside, and then that's what the powder dispenser looks like. Gonna try and apply it with their brush. The last time, not brush, sponge. The last time I used one of these black sponges, I'm gonna use their sponge today to see how it applies. Just placing it everywhere. I'm trying not to use most of the product over the concealer. Don't want some of that brightness to peek through. So the thing that I've noticed about this powder foundation, I've been wearing it with my work makeup, and I've noticed that it makes my skin look very silky smooth and flawless on my camera, on my work camera on the laptop. It really makes my skin look smooth, which I really like. I think maybe it's because it's a powdery foundation that it just makes everything blend together and look extra smooth on the screen. Not that it doesn't look nice in person, it looks a lot more skin-like than my creamy foundations in person. And I've also been grabbing this when I'm in a hurry. It works well when you don't want to blend too much with a brush. I'm just over applying to see what it looks like when you do quite a thick layer. Okay, so I'm just coming in a bit closer so you can see what that looks like before I put any other face products on. It really looks so soft on the camera. I mean, it looks soft in person as well, but it kind of looks extra filtered to me. It might just be my eyes, but working on a computer all day kind of tends to mess up your eyes a bit, so. The bronzer has the same packaging. It's quite a shimmery bronzer, so I just tapped it off before I go in with it because I don't want to over apply and sit with a shiny face. I'm not going to do contouring today because I just want to see what these products look like. I like the color of the bronzer. So far it doesn't look too shimmery. I used to love a shimmery bronzer when I was a teenager. Those were also the days that I didn't fear the sun as much, so I liked just getting all tan and then getting that extra bronzy glow. I'm going to try to go for a more natural look these days. I'm just applying more, just so you can see how deep you can go with the bronzer. It's not as shimmery as I expected at all. It gives a glow, but it's not sparkly or glittery or anything, which is good. I like that. So there we have the bronzer. The blush also has the same packaging. It also looks very shimmery, but let's see on the face. Ooh, I went in a bit heavy-handed there. And this is a very shimmery blush. I think typically I would use it as a blush topper rather. But using this, you don't need a highlighter. I mean, look at that. It's a pretty color though. But very shimmery. If you're into shimmery blush, then this might not be if you're not into shimmery blush, then this might not be for you. But it is very pretty. It's got a pretty highlight and blush glowy thing. in there, which is nice for the summer, I think. What I normally like to do for something like this is go in with a creamy blush like the Pat McGrath one. I usually use the Divine Rose, and then I just do a little bit of the shimmery blush as a topper on top of that, just to make the color last all day and still have that glow. I'm going to use that Purple Rose face powder as a finishing powder. I think just going to, with a big brush all over the face with that, and hopefully it'll just blend that shimmery shade a bit so that it's not as shiny. Look how well that blends out. And just put a thin layer all over. I just tap off the brush before I apply it. I don't want thick chunks of powder on my face. I just want a soft, smooth finish. Okay, let me come in closer so you can see what that looks like now. I like the finish. I think it looks pretty. I'm going to add some of the HF15 Velvet Touch foundation as a primer on my eyelids. Not sure if it'll work, but let's see. Just want to brighten up this inner part. I've got this dark shade here these days. It's really annoying. That seems to blend it out nicely. Let's just blend it here at the bottom. What do we think? I think it works. Neutralizes everything. Okay, I'm quickly going to go do my brows off camera. I just want to give it some color and then I'll be right back. I just added some Maybelline Express Brow in the color Cool Brown on the eyebrows. Just filled in all the sparse areas. And then I just set that with the Benefits Cosmetics 24-hour brow setter gel. It's the clear eyebrow gel. Now I'm very excited to start playing with this. I'm going to show you what I've been doing lately with the other pencil. Just basically filling my lid with it and blending it out. Because I really have been enjoying using this technique as a quick, add a quick makeup look type of thing when I'm in a hurry. I blend everything out, so I'm not too concerned with detail or structure. And I used to do the darker eyelids a lot when I was younger, and then I went all doing light lids with just dark crease and outer corners as I got older, but I've been having fun with this lately. And then usually I just take it up into the crease a bit as well, not too high because I'm going to blend it out. And then I take one of my more dense blender brushes and then just start on the lid, blending everything smoothly together and blending everything downwards until most of the product starts blending through like that, and then I slowly start blending it upwards just to get a nice one and done eyeshadow look with this. And under the eye as well. How gorgeous is that? Just a quick, and then I pop some eyeliner and lashes or mascara, and then I'm ready for a very quick eyeshadow look. Just want to blend it a bit higher up. And then I'm taking the black satin or eyeliner, and then a bit closer to the lash line I do a rough line. And I'm also going to smoke out a bit. And then I just take a dense brush. This is, I think it's like an eye smudger brush. And then I just smudge it out close to the lash line a bit, just to get a bit of a smoky effect. And then depending on whether I'm going out in the evening or whether I want a bit more of a natural look, I either do on the waterline on the inside or just here on the outermost, about a centimeter, like I'm lining now. Just a little bit that I'm going to smoke out too. I like doing in the waterline when I do falsies, because the waterline really deepens up my eyes, but it also makes it look smaller, so the falsies help open up the eye again. But if I'm only doing mascara, I try to do the darkest part a bit lower down, just so my eyes don't look as small. Okay, then from all these shades that they've sent me, I haven't really played with this golden one in the center yet, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to dab it here in the center of the lid. It's really pigmented. I thought it would be a little less busy. It's a good thing though. I just expected it to be a little more gentle. I don't really know why. I'm just taking that previous brush that I blended everything out with to blend those edges. I think I lost a bit of this darkness here now. I'm just taking that same brush I smoked the eyeliner with. I'm just smoking against the lash line again. I'm not adding any extra eyeliner. I'm just going to go add some mascara and then add something on the lips, and then I will just be back with my final thoughts on the brand as a whole and the products I used today. Okay, I'm back with a final look. I just added some of the Spring Dragon collection from Odin's Eye, the Shine Dahlia lip gloss. Just gives it a nice cherry vibe. And then I just added my usual Sky High mascara from Maybelline. It's, I think, very black is the color. And I think that's a lovely, more wearable, everyday glam type of eyeshadow look. I think the foundation looks really pretty. It doesn't look too cakey or dry. You'd expect a powder foundation to look very dry. But I also think my skin is very, I won't say greasy, but being the summer and getting all sweaty the whole day, I think a powder foundation like this would work better for me. I'm not quite sure how it would wear in the winter when my skin gets a little drier. I'll maybe do a check-in again when it gets colder to just see how it wears when my skin gets on the drier side. I like the bronzer. The blush is a bit shimmery for me, but I will use it as a blush topper. I probably will just do a more matte blush as a foundation blush, and then just at the high points of my cheeks add that as a almost like a shimmery highlight type of thing. Something that I wanted to mention that they told me with regards to the revitalizing cream is it's very good for allergy prone skin, and if you tend to get rosacea, then it's very nice to mix this into your foundation to create like a BB cream, or just use this as a primer, and then it has calming and nourishing effects on your skin and it helps with that. As I said, I have been playing with this foundation a while. It wears well. I don't have any wear problems with it. My skin still looks good when I get home after a long day at work. So I don't have a problem with that. And I think it overall looks very natural and smooth. And I think from all the products here, I like this a lot. I think that's great to just throw into your handbag with a blender brush and just do a very nice one and done eyeshadow look with it. If you're in a hurry, it works well for me. So I'm very excited about the new packaging. I think that'll work even better. And I think the blusher is probably what I like the least. And I think that's purely because it has that extreme shimmery effect, and as pretty as it is as a blush topper, I don't want my overall blush to be as shimmery. So I'll probably do a more matte base first. Let me know what you think. Are you interested in using products like these? And are you interested in seeing a follow-up video after a few months of using it a lot more to just share again what I liked and what I disliked about these products? And then I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time, guys. Bye.